Things change. But you know what else has changed? Yeah, that's right. I'm wearing a yellow shirt. What's up everyone, it's SEONN the producer. Yeah, hope your day is going well. In a few videos back, I recently got the Novation Launchpad. And I went through the controller in detail. I was testing out quite a lot of applications that seemed to work well with it. This video isn't about those applications because actually I learned a lot from the experience of using this. But I think this video is about, I don't think I'm going to use this as my main controller. Now why is that? Let's get to it. Previously, before I actually switched to this controller, I was using the Novation Launchkey. And one of the main things I liked about this controller is one, the form factor. If we put them both side by side together, I mean, you can see this is definitely smaller. I like the versatility of the Launchkey. The fact that it has 16 drum pads. It's got the knobs and it's got the keypads. Yeah, it may not be 64 pads, but it's flexible to the point where I'm not stuck on a particular workflow. If I want to produce songs using a keyboard, I can do that. If I want to use Koala Sampler using 16 drum pads, I can easily do that. If I just want to play around with knobs using Gadget 2, I can easily use this. So it's a really good all-in-one controller. I think the Novation Launchpad is awesome. It's a specialist controller. With me being on the go often, I don't think a specialist controller is what I really need. Like, I love the fact I can easily map out songs, I can easily map out melody, I can easily play stuff on the drum pads. But one thing I was realizing as I was using this, if I already have the iPad screen and I'm trying to get the iPad to do exactly what I'm doing on the controller, or vice versa. If I already have the controller and the iPad and I want everything that I'm doing on the iPad to show on the controller, why don't I just do it on the iPad and call it a day? Initially I thought it was because of the tactile feel. But when I was using apps like Beatmaker 3, Garageband, again Garageband doesn't work with this controller, but Beatmaker 3, Koala Sampler, Remix Live, Launchpad, I didn't really find much I was missing when I was using this controller versus me just doing it directly on the screen. Not saying that having the LEDs wasn't awesome or me being able to switch between windows quickly wasn't fun, but as I kept using it, my realization was, wait a minute, all I just have to do is just tap on the screen and that's pretty much it. This is a great controller, don't get me wrong. I really do like what it does. It's just not for me. I'm going to switch back to my Novation Launchkey. Another reason why it's not really much of a hard sell is when I was using an app called Grid Instruments, which I showed in the previous video. What I was trying to do with the melody and stuff, I could just use that application and control something else. Me using a Launchpad to control Grid Instruments, which will control another application, would just be easier if I use Grid Instrument on the iPad and just control the instrument I'm trying to control, and it gives me a lot more customization. So sure, granted I wouldn't have all the applications there, but Grid Instrument works in split screen view, it works in slide over view, so that it's not really much of a problem if I do use it that way. So to summarize, who's this controller for? If you're a sampler, if you're a person who works with loops, if you're a person who has a DJ workflow, you're going to definitely love this controller. If you're a fan of the Ableton Live workflow, you're going to love this controller. But I don't think I'm that. I think that's kind of probably the reason why I switched from Ableton into iOS. I love the ability to experiment, and I think having an all-in-one controller like this works well for my use case. So I guess I already know what my main keyboard controller is, at least for the near future. It's this one here. And yeah, I'm going to continue working with this. But I did learn a lot from the lessons, yeah. And I actually think my production style is gonna definitely improve with the lessons learned, yeah. Anyways, what controllers do you use? I'm kind of curious. I think I'm good for keyboard controllers, yeah. I still have my Artiphone, and I do use it to play guitar. Speaking of it, that's true. I'm supposed to play guitar, and I haven't played guitar in a little while. I really should get back to it. So this video was helpful. Again, it was just more of a vlog post than anything. It wasn't really much of a weekly update. But yeah, take it easy. Whoosh.